I have the privilege to speak to former Member of Parliament for Rufunsa constituency, Mr. Kenneth Chipungu. Now, Mr. Kenneth Chipungu is not only a former Member of Parliament for Rufunsa constituency, but he was also former Sports, Youth and Child Development Minister in the MMD government. Mr. Kenneth Chipungu, welcome to Life After Parliament.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable.
Thank you.
Good to see you, and we thank you for this opportunity.
You're looking very healthy.
Thank you so much. All right, this is Life After Parliament.
Yes.
And of course, just like I earlier said, that we are happy to have you on the program.
Yeah.
For the sake of our viewers and listeners out there, they would want to know, who is Honorable Kenneth Chipungu?
Yes. Well, thank you very much. First of all, let me welcome you to, to my place, and you are free to chat with me or with anybody around my home here. Kenneth Chipungu, I originate from Chipungu, Rufunsa district. That's where I was born, Lusaka province. And I was born on 10th December 1953 in Rufunsa, in Bundabunda chiefdom, like I have said. Okay. I went to school at Chipungu Primary School. Unfortunately, I didn't finish there. I went to regiment where I did my grade 7. From there, I went to Libala Secondary School for Form 1. And then Form 2, 3, 4, and 5, I went to Munari Secondary School. And after Munari Secondary School, that was about 1971, I went to NRDC to do my diploma in agricultural education. That diploma was tailored to go and teach in secondary schools.
Okay.
And after that, after graduating, that was 1974, I went to teach at Kabundi Secondary School in Chingola. From there, 1976, I resigned. I went to Lever Brothers as agricultural manager. Lever Brothers were producing cooking oil, and my job was to liaise with the farmers to come and sell the oil seeds to Lever Brothers. And this company changed into Rope 1975 Limited. It was bought by Indico, and I was transferred to Lusaka in the same capacity.
Okay.
So after ROP, that was refined oil products, I joined Hybrid just behind here, sorry.
Okay.
A hybrid poultry farm where I was marketing and sales manager. I was selling day-old chicks and other related byproducts. And 1979, I left to join Super Baking Company Limited. I was marketing and sales manager. 75, I resigned and I started my own business, Chipungu Enterprises Limited, which I did up to about 1980, left Zambia for South Africa, a greener pasture, in 1990. And I came back to Zambia in 1995. I became very interested now in politics. We formed what is called, I think what is UPND now, and Anderson Mazoka.
Okay.
Yeah, I was one of the first members of that party. Manawasa was also part of that party. Those were the founding members. And Shamwana, late Munkombwe, McDonald Nkavika, there were quite a group of us. In 1979, Levi was appointed as a presidential candidate under MMD. So a few of us went with him. Okay. And when he became a president, he appointed me as a provincial minister, Northwestern Province. After his demise,
so you were appointed as provincial minister for Northwestern Province before you became a member of parliament for Rufunsa?
No, I had one now.
Oh,
I had one.
Okay,
I ran for that position as a member of parliament. Okay. And then after that, after I went through, I think that was in 2001, I was appointed as a provincial minister for No, not 2001. Because 2001 I was DC Luangwa or something like that. Yeah, okay. Luangwa. So in short, after I won 1970, I think 2006, that's when I contested as a member of parliament. So I went to Northwestern as a provincial minister. Okay. When he died in 2008, RB Rupiah Banda became the president, and he appointed me as the Minister of Sports, Youth and Child Development. Up to about 2011, we lost as MMD. But I remained in Parliament because I won that seat. I had 2 terms. Okay. So I was just a backbencher. You know, a backbencher, you're also very busy actually. You know, you run committees. And 2016, PF poached me to stand because I was
mean when you say you were poached?
I was not because I didn't want to stand.
You were not interested?
No, I was not interested. Oh. So Madam Inonge Wina called me to the house and enticed me and Shakafuswa. So we agreed to stand. So I lost. 2016. From 2016, I've been outside Parliament.
Okay.
Quiet, very quiet.
All right.
I think up to now.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
In case you just joined us, this is the Life After Parliament program right here on your favorite channel and radio, Parliament TV and radio. And today I am speaking to former Rufunsa constituency member of Parliament. This is no other than Mr. Kenneth Chipungu. He also served as Sports, Youth and Child Development Minister in the Movement for Multi-Party Democracy, MMD regime. Now, Honorable Chipungu, how would you describe Rufunsa constituency? For the sake of our listeners and viewers out there who've never been to Rufunsa.
Typical rural area.
Yes.
Typical rural area. And some parts are still very, very rural. Like Shikaveta, for instance. There are quite a number. But before I became a member of parliament, it was even worse. Okay. Yeah, it was even worse. We didn't have schools, no secondary schools, no primary schools, no clinics, hospitals. Roads were very poor. None of them was graded. And people were really suffering. But when I came into parliament, we tried to develop Rufunsa district. Ultimately, the late president subdivided it from Chongwe. So we were now on our own, meaning that it was now called Rufunsa smaller. And also, he gave us electricity. I think that was the entry point. We have now power in Rufunsa. And the government had the policy where basic schools were turned into secondary schools. So we had 14 basic schools, which we really, we tried our level best to put up, to renovate and do. So those are the schools now which were turned into secondary schools, from basic schools to secondary schools. Because our children, from 5, they used to go to Luango or Kafiwe, unfortunately. We didn't have primary schools. I think it was just Mpansha and Chinyumi this side. Yeah. Fortunately, those are some of the schools which were also turned into. We didn't have the primary schools per se. We just had the community schools. We managed to build about 24 community schools, which were turned into primary schools. Okay. So now, at least, when I was living, there were 14 secondary schools, 24 primary schools, a number of clinics. Really, some of them I was building using my own resources. Yes. But now it has developed. Somehow it has developed. You go to Wangwa Bridge, it was terrible. People were suffering, people were complaining. But now at least I've stopped complaining because of the infrastructure development that was put in place at that time.
Okay. Yes. But now let me take you back. You mentioned that you had left Zambia at some point you went to South Africa, and then when you came back, you decided to join politics.
Yes.
What really motivated? What was the motivating factor for you to join politics? Were you looking at somebody who was like your role model, who was like trying to inspire you to join politics?
Yeah, I think most of us didn't understand what politics was. We were joining thinking that we get more in politics, which is wanted to say of Rufunsa, particularly people of my chiefdom who were suffering so much at that time. That motivated me to join politics. And also, before me, my young brother, Dr. Sam Chipungu, I'm sure you remember that name, he served as a member of parliament. So I had also that desire and motivation to take over from him, which I did.
Also, you took over from your brother?
Yeah, okay. He lost, but there was Honorable Kayaba, if you remember.
Okay.
So I took over from Honorable Kayaba.
Okay. So now, run us through, how was your journey to National Assembly of Zambia? How do you describe it?
Yeah, very smooth indeed. I never had problems because I was a DC, and the people knew me from that perspective. I was a district commissioner for Chongwe and Rufunsa as well. At that time they were one. And the people knew me. I took advantage of visiting them, going to do this and that. So for me now, when I announced that I was standing, people said, I think you're the right one because you have worked with us. So it was very smooth. Okay. And plain sailing.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
So at the time you were a member of parliament for Rufunsa constituency, do you still remember some of the projects that you initiated?
A lot of projects. The main ones I can remember now is of the constituents and the district. You remember I was saying we were under Chongwe. So when it was cut, we remained the Rufunsa district and Rufunsa constituents. That's one of them. And the second one was electricity. We didn't have power, and we didn't know how we were going to have power. And especially the mission hospital, the Mpansha Mission Hospital, they were complaining almost every time, each time you go there, about power. But when we went to see Basata, he was able to give us electricity, from Bauleni to Luangwa Bridge, from Luangwa Bridge to Luangwa Boma. Yeah, and of course there were many. I've talked about schools. Rufunsa Girls Technical School is there, very big institution, and the bringing up of 14 secondary schools was another achievement, and 24 primary schools from zero was another achievement.
So apart from those developmental projects that you've mentioned, if you were given that opportunity to go back to Rufunsa as a member of parliament, what are you going to do different?
Well, if I was given, is of course to cut it again. Cut Rufunsa into two now. You have Rufunsa up to Nyampande, and maybe from Nyampande to Nyangwena is Chinyunyu constituency and Chinyunyu district. Because it's still very far actually. From Luangwa Bridge to Chongwe, one district. No, I think that is not fair. And the other thing I would also initiate is you can see how Lusaka district has developed. There are so many people now. Why not let it be a province on its own? Just leave Lusaka as a province. Lusaka Urban as a province on its own. Call it Lusaka Province. Then for us in the rural setting, like Rufunsa, Luangwa, Chinyunyu district, if ever it will be there, Kafiwe, should also come under another province. Call it maybe Chinyunyu province or Luangwa province, so that the leadership of the province are in the districts. When I was in Northwestern, I was staying in the province. I was staying in Sorowezi. I was not staying in Chingola. No, I was staying in Sorowezi. Now everybody knew if they wanted to see the provincial minister, they came to Sorowezi. So the same thing, if you want to see our provincial minister, we go to either to Chinyunyu or Rufunsa or Luangwa, our own provincial minister. Because, believe it or not, if you're a provincial minister for entire Lusaka province, I think Lusaka district, they take most of our share.
Okay.
And of course bridges. Sure. Bridges, there are no proper bridges. Roads, that's one thing. Roads are not very good in Rufunsa. There's need to work on them. Schools also are not enough. Hospitals, clinics, they are not enough. And the network. Network is just along the road. In these far-flung areas like Shikaweta, it's a problem. Yeah. So there are quite a number of things that one needs to do. Of course, you can't do them one day.
Yeah, sure.
It needs a bit of time.
Okay. Now, Honorable, let me take you back to the chamber, National Assembly. How was your experience during the time you were in that house?
Yeah, excellent. I think what I learned most is discipline. We had the you see, I think it's late, that speaker.
Yes.
Yeah. No nonsense. You want to make noise, he just stands up and says, "Order!" And the whole chamber is it's quiet. I think that was exciting.
Okay.
Discipline is very important. Whatever you are doing, whether you want to be the president of this country, you must be disciplined. You must work hard. Respect one another. I think it's the respect also that personally I enjoyed from my colleagues. I also used to respect them. So I enjoyed that aspect.
So do you still remember some of the light moments in the house?
Yeah. Order! And everybody be quiet. Now, if you laughed, then you would send you out.
I think that was very interesting.
I don't know what I was trying to say. Where he just made me shut up. And
in the house.
I can't remember what I was trying to say. And I had to sit down. That's all it.
Okay.
Yes.
So during the debates, do you still remember some of your former members of parliament you used to debate with? Probably you can run us through their names if you still remember them.
Yeah. I think the debates mainly the opposition. Yeah, when you are a minister, it's not much. Maybe unless you want to make a ministerial statement or something like that. But from the backbench, I enjoyed the debates by two guys. I think it was Chinga Miutu. And another one from after Kaoma, that road going to not Kalau, but Kaoma.
So Honorable, maybe now you can bring us to speed your ministerial appointment, how it came. I know you touched a little bit in your preamble, but maybe in details.
Yeah. You see, even for me to be appointed as a full cabinet minister, it was not strange because I was already in government doing certain portfolios like a DC. It's another very good position, and also the provincial minister. You do a lot of government work. So when I was appointed the minister, it was not strange, it was not new, but of course I was excited, it being a promotion. So, but the difficulties I had now was for my chiefs to let me go. They never wanted me to leave Northwestern Province. I don't know why, but I had to go and say bye to them. Others were saying, "No, why are you going? What?" So, but they let me go. So I came to the ministry, and I found my colleagues. I had two deputy ministers and my PS, and I settled. But I settled down. But what I must say is that from outside, that ministry looks like there's nothing. But it's one of the busiest ministries, And I worked with a president like Walupia Banda, who loved the sports and football in particular so much. You can imagine. You are going to recruit the coaches. Ask me where. You go to South Africa, at a hotel, those coaches who come, you recruit them, and then that's another day or two. I remember the other time we had to meet the same coaches in Switzerland, in Lausanne. Now, you know, what I'm trying to say is that there was so much traveling. Almost where there's a football game, you must be there.
To give president?
No, you yourself now alone. Yes. But here I was just trying to give you some insights of the interests of our peer banda, you know, in football and sports. Like football, in South Africa, we had the World Cup. He didn't want to go. You go and represent me. So what I'm saying is that that ministry is very big, because you're talking about sports, you're talking about youth, and you're talking about child development at that time. But even now, you need to work very hard. We tried our level best.
Are you able to point a few things that you achieved at the time you served as a Minister for Sports, Child Development?
Yes. First of all, even when I was a provincial minister, my mandate by the president was the Kansanshi mine, actualize it. Lumwana mine, actualize it. And the Mtanda Chavuma road, it must be complete. And when I was leaving, you know, those two mines were almost finishing. And the Mtanda Chavuma road had just gone beyond Kalabo. I mean, what town is that now? Anyway, it had moved. Yeah. Now, in sports, again, my mandate by RB is that you build Levi Mwanawasa Stadium. You know, nothing had happened. Nothing had happened. It was bush. Heroes Stadium. But then we need another stadium besides the one, the old one, which was there. And then you must complete the Olympic Youth Development Center and renovate the provincial stadiums or stadiums. You know, in each province there's a stadium, like Sorwezi, there's a stadium, Ruapula. Renovate those. I tell you, by the time I was leaving, we finished Levi Mwanawasa Stadium, which I found grass. Heroes Stadium, we completed it, not almost completed it. And although I think it was officially opened by my colleagues, and then the Olympic Youth Development Center completed. Livingstone did some renovations, okay. And but the idea was to build another there to get the land was given to us, but we never started to build. But the Kaole Stadium, the one in Chipata, we renovated it, and most of these provincial stadiums were renovated.
All right.
It was not easy. And then we also did the skills training centers. Being a provincial minister, I mean a minister of youth and sport, and then I come from Rufunsa. We have Chiota skills training center, big institution, where most of our children go for a youth skills training center. Yes.
Honorable, I want to find out how easy was it, the mandate you were given to run this big ministry, which is Ministry of Sports, Youth and Child Development. At the same time, we were representing the welfare of the people from Rufunsa.
Yeah, you have to share time, you know, time for the office and time for your people. Because once you neglect these guys here in the constituency, you are gone. And what I noticed is that when you win today and you are sworn in tomorrow, the following weekend go. Start going and see them. So I didn't have that problem at all.
Okay.
I didn't have the problem at all.
All right.
Yes. So I was able to, there was time for the constituents and there was time for the ministry. If at all I didn't have enough time, I would delegate my deputy minister, depending on the portfolio. I told you I had two. If it is sports, you give it to sports deputy minister. And if it's youth and you give it to the other sports minister, so that you remain only with the major works. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed myself. Yes. Besides that, there was also traveling, the aspect of traveling. Like I almost said at the beginning, oh, you travel a lot, we travel a lot. This
so you enjoyed the adventure?
No, I didn't enjoy it at all. Okay. I didn't, because I don't like traveling really. But what do you do? If the president says you go to this place, you have to go. One day I was looking at the number of countries I went to, almost 52 countries, the whole world.
Wow, 52 countries.
Yeah. The whole world. Switzerland, Germany, UK. You know, you have this Olympic youth development. I mean, Olympic games. You have to be there. Sometimes those games would take a month. But when you are there, you hear the president saying, no, there's a delegation coming. Such a place, can you go and join them? You have to go and join them. Finish whatever you are doing, you come back to the venue of the Commonwealth Games. They used to take so long.
Okay. You are watching Parliament TV, and the program is Life After Parliament, right here on your favorite channel, the only station dedicated to bringing Parliament closer to you. On Life After Parliament program, we speak to various former members of Parliament. We just want to find out where they are, what they are doing. We haven't forgotten about them. And today, I'm privileged to speak to Mr. Kenneth Chipungu. He happens to be former member of Parliament for Rufunsa constituency, and he also served as Minister of Sports, Youth and Child Development in the Movement for Multi-Party Democracy regime. So, Honorable, there are ways of exiting parliaments. Either you're not adopted by your party, or probably you resign by yourself, or you lose. How did you exit National Assembly?
I lost to the current member of Parliament.
Okay.
But because I had served 10 years, you know, it never hurt me. Because, I mean, these jobs, they are not meant for an individual. But of course, you must work. That's one thing. You must work when you are appointed. Yeah.
And then how did you receive the defeat? Was it an easy pill to swallow?
Yeah, well, for me, it never hurt me, and I congratulated her. After that, I left. I never take things to heart. Mind you, I'm also a Catholic.
Okay.
So I've held a very big position, chairman of so I'm a Christian.
So we are now coming to the program, yes. Life After Parliament.
Yes.
From being a member of Parliament, just to become.
You know, even when you are in Parliament, you must know that one day you exit. So you prepare. When I was in Parliament, I was to myself mine. Microfinancing bureau to come and borrow money from microfinance. I had a house to stay. I had a farm, you know, in my village. You know, so I had almost what.
It has been, I think, on this program I've been interviewing members of Parliament. Come in to look at their welfare, especially after leaving. Subscribe suggestions.
You know, definitely we suffer so much after Parliament. We really suffer so much. You find that the only vehicle that you had, you sell, and the money that you got, you use it on one or two things, and you become very poor. I think it's important that maybe there should be an idea of giving us or giving them some money, because I know some government officers, they are paid even when they're out of their offices. Those positions, I don't want to mention them there. They do receive some salaries until they die. So I think there should be a deliberate policy to pay the members, the former members of parliament, a small token, some kind of a salary until they die. Because they have saved, whether you like it or not. And you know, an MP's money is for everybody. The people in the constituents want to get married, they're asking for money from you. They want to wait, they want to do business, money from you. Everybody's asking money from you. So we have no money. We have no money at all.
Well, we may continue.
Yeah. So really, for me, I am in favor of that proposal that the government, or is it parliament, might consider to pay out some salary to former members of parliament.
Honorable, now that brings me to the next point. You've mentioned that the money for parliamentarians is the money for everyone. Don't you think this is what is causing some problems, where members of parliament are seen to be like they're seen to have a lot of money at a time where when they're supposed to be in their constituency, they are followed. Don't you think probably there must be something to be done to sensitize members of the community to say the role of a member of parliament is to do A, B, C, D, not to give out money, not to assist with funerals, not to assist with when someone wants to get married and things that we've just mentioned. What are we supposed to do? Because that's the notion out there that members of parliament have a lot of money.
I don't think they will understand, even if you tell them that you have money. They will not understand. They will continue asking money, thinking that you have money. Because some of us, when we are coming from your constituents to parliament, you look impoverished. But over a period of time, you are very fat, and then you are given they see you driving a big vehicle. Of course, they say, this man, he's got a lot of money. Even for me, I believed there was a lot of money. But my brother never told me that this job you are looking for, there is no money. Yeah? Because he was driving this vehicle. I only saw it when I went inside. That now to tell them that I don't have money, I don't think they will even vote for you.
So at the time when you are campaigning, do you tell these electorates that I'll be giving you money?
No, you
or
don't.
It's something that you people found even at your time, way back in 1991 somewhere?
We found it. You don't tell them that you have money. But of course,
where is it coming from, Honorable?
They know it is coming from the behind. From those days, those of parliament who were there, is the that has continued up to now.
What are your words of encouragement to someone listening and watching Parliament TV on Life After Parliament program today who wants to become a member of Parliament, especially youths?
Yeah. You know, Even if I told them, they will not listen. But maybe my advice is that you must be prepared. You know, so those youths who want to be members of parliament, I think they must be ready. Maybe you decide, should I or I go for it? If you want to go for it, please be ready. Don't expect a lot of money from parliament. It's like any government department. There's no money. It gets money from the treasury. So there's no money. So you have a salary, which you need to feed your children and the family. Not to give out to other people. No, you can't do that. Yeah.
So, Honorable Chipungu, we are almost coming towards the end of this program. How has been your life after leaving Parliament, and bring us to speed your present life? How do you start your day when you wake up? How do you go about your day?
You know, apparently it has never changed. Like I mentioned, that I've got Tuntemba, I've got businesses here and there. My offices are still open. My offices are in Findel House. My offices are in Findel House. So I wake up every morning, have my breakfast, dress up, and I go to my little office to go and work. So it has not changed. So this is what I'm saying even to those guys. Do something, run a little business which you can depend on after. In the constituents, now we are told there's money here. Ask them to form whatever businesses from the money. CDF, we are told there's CDF, we are told there's various types of money that is being given to our people. Encourage the youths to go to government and get money, not to members of parliament. It's terrible. So for me, it hasn't changed.
You belong to a certain group. Is it emeritus of former parliamentarians?
Yes.
Maybe run us through what is the organization all about?
Emeritus Parliamentarians in Africa for Democratic Governance. It's more or less like OAU, you know, but it has started here in Zambia. Yeah, the main aim is to work with the existing institutions like Parliament to try and at Parliament to train those new members of Parliament who are coming in, what they expect when they go into Parliament. So it's to train them how to speak, when to speak. We are trying to replicate this to other African parliaments, so that we can train some members of Parliament. Also to work with institutions like ECZ. You know, the issues of representation in Parliament. You know, there are few women, few youths. So our role is to hold some workshops and try and advise or tell the people that women also must be considered as members of Parliament. The youth must also be considered as members of Parliament.
Now, Honourable, with your vast experience in politics, is your door open for consultation, especially from the youths?
Very much.
Or you've shut it?
No. It's open. It's very, very open. I'm available to anybody who wants to, to consult.
Your encouragements to members of Parliament who would want also maybe to stand, and youths, women who wants to aspire to be members of
all
Parliament.
Those must stand. But please, when you win, you work. Because like now we're here, no, these are not working, these are not working. But what is happening? Because what I used to do is when you win, the next week you must start going to visit your people. Once you say no, I'll start visiting after next month, you will never go there. And 5 years is very small. So, since parties request for MPs to stand on any ticket you want to. Because people can vote you not necessarily from the ruling, they can vote you from anywhere else, any party. Or even an individual. What do they call them?
Independent.
Independent. You can stand and contribute. What is necessary here is to contribute to the welfare of our people, to develop, to try and develop our country, as an MP through Parliament.
Okay.
That's our avenue.
Sure, Honorable. We coming to past the end of this interview. Your concluding remarks on Life After Parliament program.
Yeah. Like I said, for me, it has not changed. But you going to Parliament, you are lucky. There are very few of us who go to Parliament, who God chooses to go to Parliament. So respect yourself. Be ready and know that I will leave this place one day or the other. 5 years, you can see. We stayed there for 5 years term, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's very far. Suddenly, it's where you're going.
Okay.
So my advice to my colleagues is, even if you are suffering, try and do something. Maybe apply to CDF, because I'm seeing a lot of avenues. Although I've never tried, but try get some little money, not to you to eat. Do little business, even in Kantemba.
Honorable.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having taken off your busy schedule.
Thank you.
A powerful businessman. and trying to get in touch with you. So I'm very happy on behalf of Parliament TV and radio for this opportunity that you've given Antrust just to interact. I hope a lot of people have learned a lot of things from your political experience, Honorable. Wow. That was Honorable Kenneth Chipungu. He's from Rufunsa constituency, and he also supports youth and development in the movement for multi-party democracy regime. On camera, I had Smart Lungu and our transport officer, no other than Haj Chibamba. Please, if you are also a former parliamentarian, feel free to contact Parliament TV and radio, and we shall follow you wherever you are. Keep watching and listening to Parliament TV, the station dedicated to bring Parliament closer to you. Once more, I am your presenter, Joe Muyunda Akatama.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come.
Wherever you are, whatever your reason, it's on SuperSports all season long. Reconnect to DSTV Compact and GoTV Super Plus today and get the best football on us.
Serve goals, thrills, and high fives alongside your fries with DSTV for Business, and turn your pub, club, or restaurant into the ultimate entertainment hub with world-class live sport, breaking news, music, and so much more. Plus, with ExtraView, you can also show multiple live events at the same time. Our DSTV Play packages are tailored to meet your needs and budget. Contact us today to serve up the ultimate entertainment experience with DSTV for Business.
Every year on 11th October, the world recognizes the strength, potential and rights of over 600 million adolescent girls. The International Day of the Girl is more than just a date. It is a global call to invest in girls' education, health, protection and empowerment. In many parts of the world, including Zambia, girls continue to face barriers that limit their dreams. These include period poverty, child marriage, school absenteeism and social inequality. On Friday, 17th October 2025, the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, in collaboration with the Parliamentary Caucus on Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights in Life Skills and Health Education, hosted an engagement meeting at the National Assembly of Zambia to mark the Day of the Girl. This year's International Day of the Girl was commemorated under the theme, "The Girl I Am, the Change I Lead, Girls on the Front Lines of Crisis." Honorable Malungo Chisangano MP, First Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, in her opening remarks, highlighted the importance of addressing menstrual hygiene openly.
Sanitary hygiene is a subject that some people still feel uncomfortable to discuss openly. However, it is a natural part of life, particularly for girls and women, and should be addressed candidly and respectfully. There is absolutely nothing shameful about talking about the changes that come with puberty. They are normal biological processes that should not be surrounded by stigma or silence. Every child deserves the dignity to manage their Every girl deserves the dignity to manage her menstrual health safely, privately, and with confidence. Ensuring access to sanitary hygiene is not just a matter of health, but also of human rights, equity, and respect. Girls and boys, let's talk about sanitary hygiene.
Honorable Chisangano called for collective action to end period poverty.
Many girls in our country, especially in rural areas, miss school because they cannot afford the sanitary pads. Some stay home, some use unsafe materials. This is called period poverty, and it is something we must end. I am reliably informed that you are well informed about these matters and are here today to share your stories, your ideas, and your solutions with us as members of Parliament. And we are here to listen, to learn, and where possible, to act. Your submissions can help us to identify ways of making sanitary pads or even better health care packages for you, our young people, more affordable. This, we believe, will keep more girls and to some extent boys in school. The boys also have issues, and I'm keen to hear their issues too.
A key highlight of the event came from the voices of the youths from the Girls Act program and from the Boys to Men program, who shared personal stories about how menstruation without dignity affects girls' education, confidence and equality.
We, the young people of Zambia, believe that menstrual products are a necessity, not a luxury. Yet, sanitary pads are still taxed like luxury items, This makes them too expensive for many girls and women, especially in peri-urban and rural areas. As a result, many girls in Zambia miss an average of 2 school days per month due to lack of pads, hence the fear of staining the uniform and the shame that comes with it. Why it matters. Because of this tax, many girls miss school during their periods. Some even drop out completely. We think that removing VAT and all levies on pads will make them affordable for every girl and woman.
Every girl deserves to learn with dignity, even during her periods. But many schools in our communities have no menstrual health suppliers, which is true. What matters to me most is that without pads, girls stay home for several days every month, missing lessons and opportunities, like the way we are gathering here today. We have seen how donations from AHF Zambia and other such as organizations help, but donations cannot last.
Support local production of these menstrual products. Now, you might ask, what are the advantages of supporting such a cause? Well, this will lead to lower prices of these sanitary towels, which is our aim, of course. And when lower prices are made on these products, it will lead to availability, which will also lead to access to these same products. It will also create job opportunities for youth in Zambia. So it will be like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah. Zambia has both the creativity and the capacity to make affordable pads that are usable and safe to use.
Many boys and even some girls don't understand menstruation because it's never discussed openly. This leads to stigma and hence also shame. Why it matters? Menstrual health educates help both boys and girls understand periods that are normal and natural, not something to be ashamed of, or when we learn together, we build and respect.
I am a girl child who once went to secondary school. I couldn't talk freely about having my periods because at some point in grade 8, I actually messed up myself. That was the first time I had my periods. I could see boys talking about it privately because not everyone comes from a home where a mother will sit down a boy child and a girl child and educate them to say menstruation is a normal thing. Coming from that background, menstrual health should be made normal starting from schools. The stigma and myths that surround menstrual health are so deep such that they are rooted not only in the mentality of the people that don't understand it, but they go as far as the cultural things that we have been taught until today. The legislators in attendance expressed their gratitude to the organizers and encouraged both girls and boys to continue raising their voices on issues that impact their lives.
I'm just so grateful to all of you and to the team, to all the organizations as we celebrate International Day of Girls. And we need boys who can respect girls, not to see them as sexual objects. It's very important. Men who can see young women as their daughters or sisters, not as sexual objects.
Let us talk also about access, availability, because she said it's nature. Whereas you can have an option to use a condom and it becomes a choice, there is no choice with menstrual poverty. It is part of nature. It's God-driven. That's how it is. And meaning that in terms of availability and in terms of access, it should be almost connected to nature.
As you know, menstruation is a normal physiological process. As one of you said, it is something that is very necessary. And there's no reason why we should be shy about it. But I agree with you that indeed we need to destigmatize this. Okay? We need honest conversations, open, parents and their daughters, fathers like me and their daughters.
There should be serious greater involvement of boys if stigma and discrimination is to be fought. Because stigma and discrimination is not coming from outside. Actually, when a girl child is, it is that time of the month. The stigma is actually coming from the other gender, the boys. So there should be serious and greater involvement of the boys in the activities that you people are doing. So apart from what AHF Zambia is providing, get involved also in the youth-friendly spaces in your communities, at the health facilities, and by doing that, I think the issue to do with stigma and discrimination will be minimized, or at the end of the day, it will be a thing of the past.
The event concluded with action commitments, pledges by leaders